Guys, do you know her? No? How about him? Come on, guys. They just got here. They only been here a few weeks. They are part of the posse that was being murked in their country that they have colonized, and Trump brought them over here. But here's the T-ho. This dude has murked his wife. He rustled her up, choked her out, and now she's a useless white crayon. Somewhere in a box, maybe still in the freezer. Oh, he's been arrested. But here's the thing. White people are bringing crime to this country.
They're bringing
They're
crime.
rapists. They're drug mulers. They're just bad people. And your guy Trump said these people was going to make America great. They was going to contribute something to America. Well, fucking well.
Family, less than 2 months ago, the President of the United States of America announced publicly and said that he'll be giving white Afrikaners an opportunity to live, in the US, claiming that there is genocide attempt, to the white people in South Africa. Remember, the white people in South Africa are the most privileged people, in that country, because 90% of its population are actually black folks, while the small percentage, around 7%, are the white farmers, the white Afrikaners, the descendants of the apartheid rulers. So once Trump gave them an opportunity to come to America, there was a lot of mixed reactions, to Americans, because these people will be getting privileges that some Americans have never gotten over time. And right now, there's an issue that has already occurred, with a couple of Afrikaners, white Afrikaners, who just arrived in the US, and Americans have reacted to this, saying that this group of people was Trump's favorite. He said it was easier for the white Afrikaners to assimilate in the American communities, and right now we have already started seeing shambles. So guys, I wanted to watch this series of videos of Americans, talking about Afrikaners arriving in the US and what they've already started seeing. In this case, there's an alleged couple that the husband just killed the wife. There's a couple who just arrived, an Afrikaner couple. So guys, I wanted to hear views of different people in regards to the same. Once the videos are done, we will get back and do a critical analysis about the same. Let's watch this together, family.
It hasn't even been 30 days, and we're learning that one of the white South Africans has his wife here in America. I'm going to get the details, bring it back to you, but they haven't been here for 30 days and he already, his wife, on American soil. I'm not laughing because I'm laughing because we were told that they were being persecuted in South Africa. We were told that they are upstanding, blah, 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 blah. American authorities had to arrest him. I'll be back with that story.
Guys, do you know her? No? How about him? Come on, guys. They just got here. They only been here a few weeks. They are part of the posse that was being murked in their country that they have colonized, and Trump brought them over here. But here's the T-ho. This dude has murked his wife. He rustled her up, choked her out, and now she's a useless white crayon. Somewhere in a box, maybe still in the freezer. Oh, he's been arrested. But here's the thing. White people are bringing crime to this country.
They're bringing
They're
crime.
rapists. They're drug mulers. They're just bad people. And your guy Trump said these people was going to make America great. They was going to contribute something to America. Well, fucking well. Can't make this shit up.
Trigger warning. Remember those people not too long ago that came from South Africa because they made up a genocide and they were like seeking asylum, and some of them settled in... Yeah, well, one of them already killed his wife. I mean, this was on the 24th of May in Virginia. He strangled her to death. What's wild about it is my first thought was like, dang, maybe he did come over here to do that because maybe he'll get away with it. Maybe he'll get a pardon. Maybe. And not too long ago, that would have sounded ridiculous for me to say. But here we are. What if he does get a pardon? Like he'll claim like emotional distress or something.
A South African woman from Cape Town was killed by her husband in Virginia, USA. Kim Whitetown was killed in a domestic-related assault on Sunday, May 24, 2025. According to a report by the Fairfax County Police, they responded to a domestic dispute just before 8 p.m. at the town home on Sunday. They found Kim's husband, Alexander Town, who told them that he assaulted Kim physically, choked her, and killed her. Kim suffered trauma to the upper body and was declared dead at the scene. Their 3-year-old son was in the house when his mother was murdered. After the incident, Alexander stayed at the scene until the police arrived. He was arrested and kept in custody at the Fairfax County Adult Detention Center. He is charged with second-degree murder with no bond. Kim's brother Jason reportedly said this was not the first time that the couple was involved in a domestic violence dispute. He said their mother begged her to come back home numerous times. Alexander will appear in court in July.
You guys remember the refugees that just touched down in the United States last month? Remember those that were running from being murdered? Well, one of them just murdered his wife. Yes, the white South African strangled his wife to death. So it looks like Trump is filling the country up with murderers and criminals, not deporting them, not getting rid of them. Because don't forget now, he brought in the cartel family, 17 members of them, I believe. And we know what the cartel does. Now we got this murdering South African over here. Maybe before he's through, this country will be overran with murderers and criminals. That's what it looks like he's trying to do to me. So far, he's 2 for 2. These are the people he's bringing into this country. Murderers, drug dealers, all kind of craziness. Is this what y'all got? This what y'all looking for? Yeah, I guess hard-working immigrants that were out, picking your fruit and harvesting your crops and working on your construction sites and working in your homes and the lawn care people. I guess they are just deplorables, but you get a whitey from South Africa strangling his wife, you got something. In Trump's eyes, anyway. Just thought I'd bring it to you guys. Let me get out of here. Before I go, I just gotta know, is it great again yet? My friends are really, really stuck on that question.
They only want white people here. Because when we think about refugees who need immediate resettlement, expedited screenings, we usually think about people who are fleeing extreme violence, persecution, famine, war in places like South Sudan, Myanmar, the Congo, not white Afrikaners. See that chartered plane the Trump administration is sending? It's not going to collect refugees that have been sitting in resettlement camps for years, fully vetted, waiting to come to the United States to escape violence. No, it's going to South Africa to collect white people who claim they're being discriminated against. Why would they be getting discriminated against? Probably because they spent generations instituting legalized forms of racial segregation and discrimination called apartheid, aka Stephen Miller's wet dream. See, while the rest of the world after World War II saw that maybe racial discrimination not such a hot idea and favored more policies of integration and away from colonization, Afrikaners doubled down on that shit and instituted apartheid. Although it ended over 30 years ago, the social and economic legacies of apartheid apartheid continue today. South Africa is the most unequal country in the entire world, according to the World Bank, with white South Africans earning over 12 times what black South Africans do. But don't worry, we're going to make sure that the white Afrikaners who instituted generations of discrimination and segregation against black people get everything they need to get started here in the United States in their new life.
Okay, guys, really quick. I do have a case here for you. Fortunately, this time, it does not involve farm attacks. Unfortunately, it does involve a young couple of Afrikaners. On May the 24th, Alexander Town from Cape Town, South Africa, called the Chantilly, Virginia police, informing them that he had assaulted his then wife, Kim Whitetown, also from Cape Town, South Africa, a teacher there who had moved here to the U.S. allegedly due to the crime in South Africa. Alexander Town informed the police that after assaulting his then wife, he believed that she was no longer with us. After arriving at the scene of the crime, the police confirmed that Kim Whitetown, unfortunately, is no longer with us. It is unfortunate that allegedly they came here to avoid the crime in South Africa, and it turned out like this.
Family, if you remember very well, the very first days of Donald Trump's administration, he had put a shutdown on refugee programs and said he won't be taking any refugees and he'll ensure there'll be a lot of mass deportations. This is something that he even was saying during the days of the campaign period before he was elected as the President of the United States for the second term. He said he's now going to make an exemption for the white Afrikaners because he claimed that there are genocide, attempts, white people who are being killed, in South Africa. He also called the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, and even showed him videos and pictures of false events that he claimed happened, in South Africa. Americans have been looking at the Afrikaners, and this hasn't been sitting well with them because they know very, very well that this group of people did not deserve to settle in America, because I understand that refugees should be people who are undergoing a lot of problems in their country. It could be fight, it could be real genocide attempts, it could be famine, but according to Americans, they were complaining and saying that it looks to them, or rather it seems, that Trump only admits white people from all over the world, but no black folk. In this case, the white Afrikaners were the exemption when it came to matters refugees in America. These people are actually getting a lot of privileges, including housing. Some of them could even get citizenship later, something that is very, very hard to get in America right now. So recently there's been a complaint, or rather there's been a situation in America where the white Afrikaners, a couple of a white Afrikaner who just settled in the US, allegedly the husband has unalived the wife, and people have been asking themselves questions because when Trump brought them, he said that this group of people would easily assimilate, to other Americans. It's easier for them compared to any other group of people, and this has brought a lot of reactions online, and people have been asking themselves if this group was facing genocide attempts to kill them, and right now they started to show some form of violence. They've started to unalive each other. What's with the future of this group of people? And people have been asking themselves a lot of questions and questioning the decision, of Donald Trump to take in this group as refugees. And people are arguing and saying that in fact there were no any genocide attempts to them. These white people are only advantaged because of their color. Right now people are complaining if they just started killing each other, what impression are they bringing to the US? I understand that America has its own share of problems. We see a lot of killings each and every day, but this one had to get a lot of pressure online, because now it did not sit well with people. Immediately this group of people, arrived in America, Despite white South Africans making up 7% of the population, they own 72% of South African private land, while blacks make up to 90% of the population and own only 4% of privately owned land. Trump said they are welcome and easier to assimilate. They will get housing, phones, furniture, a formula, and maybe citizenship. And right now we've already seen what has started to happen. We've seen chartered aeroplanes, chartered planes, bringing them more and more in America. And these are some of the reports that people have already started getting. So guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this specific incident of this white Afrikaner couple, who just arrived in America, and the husband has unalived, the wife. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about that and how that has affected, the group of people of the white Afrikaners. Like this video so that it can be recommended to other YouTube users, and I'll be very, very grateful. Comment down below, let me know what you think about the same. Kindly subscribe to the channel. Currently we're on the road to 50,000 subs, and we cannot do it without your support. I highly recommend you to share this video widely so that we may be able to grow together. Thank you guys, and see you all in our next episode. Goodbye for now.